Hello everyone and welcome back. This is a common module I use in all of my classes. This is about programming control structures, and I will actually use biblical illustrations for these. The idea is that while computers are new, the basic ideas behind them are not new. And a control structure is something that controls the flow of a program, that is the direction that it's going. And a lot of these control structures are nothing new, and they can actually be explained by non-computer examples. So here's my outline. You see some things that look a lot like code, and they are. And I will connect these with stories in passages in the Bible. Okay. Well, first of all, let's talk about a program control structure. These are called if-then-else statements, do loops, and they're called various things, but you collectively refer to them together as program control structures. And it stops the top to bottom, one step at a time flow of a normal program, procedural program. Now, these break down into decision structures and iteration structures, and I have here an illustration of what I mean by it. When you exit out of a document and it asks you if you want to save, somewhere back there's an if-then-else statement. And that's a decision structure asking you to make a decision. Iteration, if you print out, it says how many copies you want. An iteration is when you do things over and over again, something the computer is good at. And somewhere in here there's either a do while or a do until loop. Okay, decision structures themselves. Here's a really old if then else statement. And what happens is this is computer pseudocode. If you look in a lot of the computer languages, you'll see that you will actually see the words if, then, and else. Okay, and this is used if you got two mutually exclusive alternatives. It's got to be one or the other. And Abram and Lot ran into this because they were crowding each other out. So Abram says, look, if you go to the right, I'll go to the left. If you go to the left, I'll go to the right. And this is kind of what that would look like in code. This is actually an Alice. And world which way, that's what Lot told him. He said he's going to go to the left. Abraham will say you go to the right. Now, otherwise, he'll say you go to the left. And since there's only two alternatives, you know what he's talking about. Okay, this is where I kind of did this in for the robot. It doesn't really talk much being a robot, but it's kind of the same idea. This is an actual traditional text-based language. This is Python. And here they make it simple, 0 and 1. That way you don't have to type out right and left. The Abraham and Lot didn't have that. But so anyway, this is what this idea would translate to in three different languages. Okay? Sometimes you have a decision that's based on a decision. And you have Joshua when he basically tells the children of Israel, are you going to fish or are you going to cut bait? Well, and he says, who are you going to follow? If you're going to follow the one true God, then put away all your foreign gods, because the first thing he says is that you will have no other gods before